What's up, guys? We are here in Southhaven County Park in lovely Yaphank for a nice afternoon hike. So we are expecting probably 3 to 5 miles. Probably see some water views and should be a pretty nice hike. This one's gonna be a first for me, so haven't done this particular hike before, but you know, any hike is a good hike. Sorry, no, I'm like throwing the camera around a little bit. 47 degrees today, feels like 37, and yeah, just gotta set my little Garmin to the trail that I loaded in. Just setting up now. And we are off to the races. All right, enjoy. Right. So Southhaven County Park. So far pretty nice. Looks, you know, woodsy. Kind of standard to what, you know, you would expect from a county park. One not great element is there is a firing range that I'm sure you've been able to hear in the background. You know what? Everybody does their thing, right? I'm hiking. They're playing. Well, no, I said playing. Might be practicing, shooting off their guns. Why it's a negative? Simply because it's, you know, constant in the background. So not great for a hike, right? Like that. The noise is having a minor impact on me. My hike is having no impact on them. So that's why I'm saying it's negative. This might be the spot where I'm supposed to make a turn. It is. So let's go ahead and make this turn. Yeah, we got a little bit, little off kilter there, off target. Apparently, back there, the trail was supposed to continue and kind of go to the left. I must have missed that, or I just continued forward. Thankfully, my watch did warn me that I was off course. But again, I mean, we're not in the middle of nowhere. If I kept walking, I would just hit some kind of major road. But that was one of the comments, or criticisms I should say, about this park and these trails, that they're not very well marked. Which does seem to be the case, right? You guys, if you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen trails that are very well marked. Over here, not so much. I mean, there are some things, like I could show you on the trees, right? You can kind of see right there. But for some reason, it's still not very clear what the correct path is. And in all fairness, that might just be my lack of awareness of this park. I'm sure people who come here constantly probably are well aware what the trails look like, where they should go, so forth. But for a beginner, you know, like some of you are, just be aware. The markings here are not great, but if you have a GPS of some sort, whether just your phone or a watch. Wow, some really nice pine cones over here. I see a really nice one. I'll have to bring it home for my daughter. She loves pine cones. Whenever we go hiking, she always collects them. And rocks. So yeah, like I mentioned, 46 degrees today, not too cold. I'm wearing actually kind of thin pants, a t-shirt, a sweater, and this jacket, hat. I did bring gloves, but so far I don't need them. You get surprisingly warm when you're hiking. I mean, it's always good to bring something to make yourself warmer, just in case, you know, the temperature does dip. But I would say on average, you would dress, when you're hiking anyway, you would dress for like 10 degrees hotter than you would if you were just like going outside or going somewhere that you're going to be sitting. Right, so like what I'm wearing right now, if I was outside in 50, 55 degree weather, I'd be comfortable. If I wasn't moving around, maybe not. Same goes for here, but here it's like 40, 45, 46, whatever. But I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I mean, my hands are a little chilly. Not this one actually. This one because it's holding the pole that the camera's on. So since it's not moving, it's not warming up. But I'm sure as soon as I stop recording, as I'm walking, it'll warm up fine. So yeah, little tip. I am wearing, normally I go between Darn Tough and Bombas socks. Today I'm wearing Bombas, keeping my feet nice and toasty. But I'm wearing All Trails Peak 5s. These are not a warm shoe by any means. I think they're marketed as kind of like a 3-season shoe. But really the negative is if you're walking in snow, your feet will get wet. There's no water protection, but they are very comfortable. They're a 0 drop shoe, so it's basically like your toe and your heel are on the same level, whereas a lot of shoes, your toes are actually up slightly, so it feels like you're walking uphill. When you're hiking, I personally like 0 drop shoes. So yeah, like, gotta be extra careful of puddles. If I step in a puddle, my feet will be drenched. I did bring a change of socks just in case. Again, you know, if you're 2-3 miles from your car and your feet get soaked, is it an emergency? No. Is it gonna make you miserable walking to your car? Yes. So I think having an extra pair of socks just makes it easier. I also have Togs, like a poncho. Not expecting any rain. I mean, the sky is clear. Show you guys. But I just keep it in there because, you know, one time I'm sure I'll forget to check if it's supposed to rain or it's not supposed to, and then rain starts and I'll be like, I forgot my poncho. So one cool thing, if you're looking for hiking backpacks, the ones that have a built-in rain cover, if at all possible, always go for those. It's so nice just to have a rain cover for your backpack. You don't have to worry about putting it on. I mean, you do have to put it on, but ooh, I turned the wrong way again. The recording just got me, it's got me all messed up. What was I saying? Yes, if you're looking at a backpack and you have, you know, between 2 models, usually the ones that have a rain cover are going to be more expensive. I would always go for the ones with rain cover. It's just peace of mind, nice to have. All your gear, electronics, God forbid it starts downpouring, just stick in your backpack, pull the rain cover, you're done. You can always buy an aftermarket rain cover, and they're not expensive, $5-10, 15 maybe. But for me, it's just, I usually go for the backpacks that have a built-in rain cover. It's just nice and handy. Oh boy, I can yammer on all day, but let's get back to looking at this beautiful nature and enjoying this gorgeous hike. Man, those deer, I've never seen so many gathered in one place before. I guess this county park has a lot of wildlife. If there's that many deer, who knows what else there is. Also a good reminder that we got to be careful for ticks, right? In the winter, probably less so. Not probably, actually. Way less ticks, way less tick bites. But not impossible. Still got to do a tick check after hiking. Still got to take precautions, you know, wear treated clothing. At least for me. Everyone has their different levels of what is acceptable and not acceptable. For me, definitely wearing permethrin protective clothing. Is it permethrin? Pretty sure it's permethrin. There's one that like you put on your skin. Maybe I'll like pop it up on the screen. But there's one that you put on your skin to protect from mosquitoes, ticks, bug bites. And then there's one that you treat your clothes with. So during the winter, I still wear treated clothing. I don't really put it on my skin. I do that more when there's mosquitoes. There's not now, again, it's 47. So yeah, just a quick tip. And there's a lot of horse poop here too. Like a lot of that. So it makes sense. People take their horses, bring them out on the trails just like us. And the horses, they're not waiting until they get to a horsey bathroom. They're just letting it rip right on the trail. Unfortunate, but that's how it goes. But yeah, those deer, huh? I'll be honest, I didn't even see them until they started running away. You'll probably see on the camera like I reacted because I was like, what was that? And then started running. So it happens sometimes, you know, you're walking on a trail, your mind starts wandering off. I think in a previous video I said, you know, if I'm really trying to be like hyper focused on a trail, I pretend like I'm in, you know, backcountry. There might be bears or mountain lions or something. And it makes you very, very aware of your surroundings. Even now, like, just thinking about it, I'm like looking up more, looking around more. Before I was just looking down. So it is a nice little trick if you're ever looking to just be more aware of your surroundings, more present. At least for me. For me it works. I don't know if it's for others. I also keep finding or coming across these little like Christmas tree decorations. I don't know if it was a horse that was using them, not using them, but like decorated with them, and then they dropped them, or I don't know what this is about. But yeah, you know, like the, what do you call them? The balls that you hang off a Christmas tree. I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart right there, but yeah, just those decoration orbs, you know. They're usually like red, green, blue, white. I mean, I guess they're ornaments, but whatever, the little globe things. Yeah, like every, I don't know, every 100 feet or so, keep seeing one on the ground. I don't know if it's decorative, like someone thought, oh, this is cute, you know, for Christmas, I'll just put some of these on the trail. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, you come to the trail to get away from civilization, basically. So it's like if you randomly encounter a Christmas tree all decorated, lit up on a trail, like some people might think that's nice, but I feel like a lot of people, including myself, would just say, keep the house stuff to the house. We'll keep the trail stuff to the trail. So let's see how we're looking. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. A lot of this obviously looks very similar. Man, I can't wait for a little snow. But you know what? I've been rambling off enough. So let's just enjoy the trail a little bit more, and then we could have another chat. So yeah, that definitely just confused me a little bit. I'm sure you guys saw that like hunting in progress, keep out sign. So I decided to go up a little bit and see if there was another trail without that sign. And the next sign said trails closed, hunting on weekdays, or something along those lines. And it's like, well, it's not a weekday, so should be okay. Hopefully we'll be okay. But yes, we are now back on that original trail, as if I kept going forward on that sign, or made it right on that sign that said like warning, hunting in progress or something. But again, I entered through that trail that said hunting on weekdays. So let's hope. And that's wild, so they do allow hunting here. So those deer, man. Oh, remember I was talking about a Christmas tree? I was like, someone put a Christmas tree here. It's just a branch that fell down. So, yeah, you can probably see it behind us. Gotta say, like, the watch is phenomenal. So this is a Garmin Instinct. It's like the not first version, but you know, it's like a Garmin Instinct 1 and a Instinct 2, and I think possibly a 3. The 1 ended up being on a really good sale some time back, so I got it. And the real reason was I wanted to try something outside of the Apple Watch. So I've had an Apple Watch for a long time. I really like the Apple Watch, but one thing that was just bugging me was the battery life. Every so often, I'd forget to put it charging, and then, you know, such a first world problem, but the following morning, it would be dead. I'd have to take a charger to work. I'd be charging it while at work. You know, it was just like a whole thing. And I ended up getting really tired of charging it every day. And I'm like, there has to be something else. Also, it was not very hike friendly. So whenever I went hiking, some of the apps would kind of work on it, but I was primarily using my phone. Like, there really wasn't a way to use just my watch. And that would be my ideal, right? Like, the ability to not rely on my phone, to have everything on my watch that I need, and a battery life. There are some negatives, like there's no color screen, so if you like that, there's no pictures, it doesn't take pictures, doesn't display pictures. It's really very focused on text, and it's got one of those like e-ink screens. Very, very good battery life, but you're missing some stuff that some people might enjoy on it. But for me, I freaking love it. So it's 7 to 10 days on one charge. So I charge it once every 7 to 10 days. Charges completely in about an hour and a half. Well, we have more deer coming up. I'm gonna be quiet just so you guys can see. Is it just me, or do they have some big old butts? Like, not in a weird way, but I feel like there's so much white on their hindsight. I don't know why. Also, I don't know what kind of hunting they do here, but it must not be for deer because they let people get very, very close. You would think if they were getting hunted, like I wouldn't even be able to see them, but yeah, if I was hunting them. Sorry about that, just had to switch batteries there real quick. What I was saying was, I'm a big, just get whatever you need, not more guy, right? Like I think we're up to the GoPro 11 now, as far as the cameras, but I'm filming this on a GoPro 8. Saved a bunch of money, right? It's like half the cost of the newest one. Works fine for my needs. If at some point there is a feature that I really need that this doesn't have, I could always upgrade, but this is a big jump up from what I was using. I was recording on my iPhone most of the time, so I'm sure you guys remember seeing the video jumping around, and we're arriving at like a crossroads right now, so I'm just checking where we're supposed to go. As you can probably tell, we're supposed to go forward. So, yeah, big on just buy what you need. Buy what you need, but quality, right? Like, there's a lot of aftermarket Chinese knockoff nonsense on Amazon for cameras. It's like, I'm gonna buy an older model GoPro. I know it's good quality, it's gonna do what I need, so forth. Same thing for an iPhone. I'm using iPhone 12, I wanna say. So it's like not crazy old, not new by any means. Showed up to like the 15 or 16 by now, I don't freaking know. But it's good enough for what I need, right? Like that's the important part to me. So, I'm seeing a bunch of X's over here. I don't know if this is like a warning or what's up with this. Here, let me show you guys. I mean, I'm one for respecting the rules, but there's no obvious reason why. Like, there's another hunting sign, keep out. The fence is knocked over. This is not private property. Oh, I think it's because there's like a dam here and it looks kind of dangerous. Let's check it out. All right, so we are down to the last, just below mile. That's another kind of cool thing that the Garmin tells you. So, I mean, I don't know how accurate it is, but supposedly it calculates your pace and generates a constantly updating ETA. So if you have an endpoint, you know, like if you're doing a loop or a back and forth or whatever, wherever the trail ends, it gives you how long until the end, roughly expected, and the time. Like it tells you the time that it's going to be roughly, right? Like kind of like a GPS. Like you're in your car, you're driving to a destination, it tells you you're expected to arrive at this time. Same thing. Now I feel like I probably throw it off here and there because I go a little bit slower. I enjoy the views. I'm obviously taking video. Sometimes I stop to just take a look at, you know, a shrub or something that's interesting to me. So I'm not in any particular rush, but that's still really cool to know, like, okay, like today, the sun sets at 4:40. It's telling me right now, at my pace, I'll get there at 4:40. How is it calculating the pace? Is it over, you know, the last couple of minutes? Is it over the last mile? Is it over the last hour and a half? That I don't know, right? Because I stopped a bunch of times. So is it calculating that with stoppages or without? I don't know. I probably will, because if I stop again for a few minutes, I can see when that updates. Some birds, wow. Looks like Canadian geese, as my daughter calls them, which they are. I'm just saying that. But thought they would have all migrated by now. Guess not. So yeah, like handy feature. If anybody out there is, you know, hiking and looking to pick up a watch to help in that regard, don't need it at all. Completely a, what would you call it? I don't know. I wouldn't call it frivolous because it comes in handy, but it's definitely not a necessity to go and enjoy a good hike. But it does make things easier, right? Like, I don't have to pull out my phone. I don't have to do it. I can just look, boom, there you go. Oh, now it says 4:37. So I guess it was calculating the stops because it's going down. That, or I'm just moving a little faster than normal. Also, I don't know if it's like actually sunset. Well, I guess it must be because I don't see the sun anymore, right? Because there's like a twilight time period. So it's like there's a time that you don't see the sun anymore, and then there's a time that gets dark. So I don't know if this is like actual sunset or twilight. So we shall see. There's a little fork in the road here, so I'm literally just bring up the map. Yep, map says go forward. I know I'm talking a lot about it, but I really like this watch, and some of the people who watch this channel I think are more on the beginner side, and if that's you, I like to give tips, right? Because I always appreciate that on the channels that I used to watch and continue to watch. Whenever they would talk and give tips, those are my favorite. Those are my favorite, like seeing people doing something, enjoying it with them, but they're also talking about it, sharing information, sharing education. For me, that's what I enjoy watching, so that's what I try to do, kind of pass it forward. Yeah, a lot of knocked over woods over here. Don't know if this is from a storm or what, but there we are. Well, still got a little bit to this hike left anyway, so yeah, I'll stop yammering on and we'll enjoy a little bit of this walk. another of those signs, but that one sign definitely said a weekday, so I don't know. Seems kind of strange. Notice this whole time the straps on my freaking backpack were all jacked up. Should really remember to double check them before I get going. But where was I? Yeah, so we're nearing the end of this. One thought that I did have at one point that I shared kind of last video is to stop somewhere, like during the trail. Something that looks kind of scenic or nice, and just sit down and have a bit of tea. I did bring tea. Yeah, like there's not really anywhere. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of it like in longer hikes, like maybe 4 hours. This was like a 2 hour, a little bit less. And like I said in the last video, I really don't want to force it, you know. It's like if I see a spot that I want to stop for, 5 minutes, have some tea, why not? Or if I'm getting cold. But I don't necessarily just want to go, oh, I have to do this, I have to check off this checkbox, so let me sit down. Like, nah. I'd rather not, if that's gonna be how it goes. But yeah, we are finishing up, so the last bit I'll probably do in, relative silence. But if you made it so far, thank you for hanging with me. I love doing these things, and if someone out there enjoys watching, then bless your heart. I also thought about, some people might not want to hear my rambles. I wonder if I should do like a quiet version, like a version with me talking every so often, and a version that's just no voice, just walking and some shots and whatever that looks like. I don't know, considering it. For now I'll probably keep it to the same format. If you did enjoy it, like the video, It's always fun to see people when they like it. If you want to drop a comment, by all means. Any questions, concerns, advice, you know, I'm no expert by any means. Been hiking for a minute, but I will take any advice, any thoughts. If you like this place, if you know what's up with the hunting signs, feel free to share. But yeah, we'll just do the rest of this hike and we'll get on out of here. And the sun is definitely setting, so it is perfect timing. All right, guys, enjoy the rest and go take a hike.